class is all about the internal rotation of the shoulders. So all you'll need today is a block or two. Grab your props, and then when you're ready, meet me on your mat. Set up for your shoulder cars. In a kneeling position, we want a block underneath our base hand. The working arm comes out in front of us, and we want to try and squeeze our pec so we could draw it across. Push down through that supporting arm, separate the shoulder blades, pull your ribs down and in. So the only thing that's moving is this arm. Rotate the palm up towards the ceiling, pinky reaches up towards the sky. On an inhale, start to sweep your hand up beside the ear. Notice how the top of the bicep wants to roll down, and we've hit this wall, so we're gonna roll with that. Rotate the thumb down to the ground, pinky up towards the sky. Now we're in internal rotation, so we wanna roll up our arm as much as we can, ribs down and in. Now sweep that pinky high and send the shoulders back. Shoulders stay square to the top of the mat. Pinky reaches forward, thumb reaches back as you bring your hand down to your hip. Now think thumbs up towards the ceiling, rolling all the way up the bicep. Now we've hit our wall, it's just in a different spot. Rotate the palm back up to the ceiling. Squeeze and rotate, sweep that bicep up high. Pinky again, reaching up to the sky, thumb rotating out as we come back to the starting position. Take a break, option to reset. If the knees are feeling touchy today, you can also do this standing or in a tall kneeling position, your choice. Same movement, it would just be in a different spot. So we bring that base hand down to the ground, push it in. Bring the arm out in front of you. We rotate, pinky to the ceiling, thumb out wide. Sweep the hand up. Hit your wall, ribs down and in, rotate, thumb to the ground, pinky up to the ceiling. And then keep reaching back and rotating up the arms. We're spinning into that internal rotation, which, if you didn't know, is the focus for class today. Hand comes to the side, then thumb reaches up to the ceiling. Squeeze the back of the shoulder. Reach that palm all the way up. Hang loose. And then bring the arm all the way up, sweeping as high as you can. Back to center. Let's do one more rep. Squeeze up. We hit our wall. We rotate through our wall. Wring it out. Shoulders stay square to the top of the mat. Hand finds the hip. Ribs down and in. Straight arm into the ground. Rotate, palm back up. Wringing out the arm. Bring it all the way beside the ear. And back down. Now let's try the other side. Hold space for both your shoulders. If they are different, they don't need to match. So the range of motion might be different side to side. I'll flip around. Again, straight arm into the ground, hold your base. Bring the arm across the body, pinky to the ceiling. Sweep the bicep upside the ear. We hit our wall and we rotate through. So the top of the hand spins to the ground. And then we reach back. Finding hand to hip. Reset your base, ribs down and in. Keep that supporting arm straight. Thumb to the ceiling. Wring out the arm, spinning all the way up to the bicep. Palm to the sky. Sweep it up as high as you can. Bring it back across. Let's do two more, moving slow. Finding that full rotation through the arm, up into the shoulder. Finding your wall, rotate through your wall. Sweep it up and across. This last rep, you've got it on your own. Palm to the ceiling. Rotate through your wall. Reach back. Lift up and internal and come all the way back to that starting position. When you're done, meet me on your side and we'll set up for our internal rotation. Block becomes your pillow. We lie on our side, we stack the shoulders, we stack the hips. And now our bottom arm is our working arm. Palm to the ceiling, bend through the elbow, see if you could high five your face. Now rotate your palm down to the ground, We've got 90 degrees with our elbow, fingertips reaching to the ceiling. Now keep your elbow right where it is. If you need to, hold on to your bicep so it can't move. And then push your palm down to the ground. So you'll feel your bicep roll underneath your hand. Now we're in internal rotation. Common compensation is for this elbow to sweep in on us, and this is gonna make it easier. I'm getting less rotation through my shoulder, but it makes it a lot easier for me to find the ground because I'm gonna end up straightening through the elbow. So we wanna work just on that shoulder rotation. So hold your bicep in place and try and high five the mat, spinning that bicep. Elbow stays on the ground. Now, if you can keep your bicep where it is, stay there. Now bring your other hand now to the back of your forearm. Forearm instead of wrist. This is just going to be a nice gentle weight as we hang out here in this position for another 30 seconds. You might not find that traditional like red tissue feeling stretch. It might feel like nothing. It might feel like a light stretch up in the shoulder or something like in the joint. But as long as we're not working in pain, we're in a good spot. See if that arm can get even a little heavier. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold on to where you are. Again, always option for a break. What comes next is working in our strength here, our pales and our rails. So it's not going to look like anything, but it's going to feel like a lot. Try and pull your forearm into your top hand as if you could fight the position that you're in. So if my top hand wasn't here, I'd smack the ground beside my head. My arm would flip. But my arm is there. So I'm pulling up into it, and we're going to ramp that up slowly to about 80% effort on our first round. Then what comes next is trying to pull ourselves deeper into this position. So your hand is your reference point, and trying to pull your forearm off your hand by rotating your bicep down to the ground. Now, it might not create a big gap, and it might just be a little bit of pressure off, and that's okay. If there was, for some reason, let's say a big gap, that's going to be where you'll work for your next set. So let's set ourselves up. Now, from here on your next exhale, try and pull your forearm into your top hand, 50% effort. Now let's take it 60. 70, 80, and we'll hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale. Now on your exhale, top hand stays put. Try and pull your forearm off your hand, 50%. Might just be a little bit of pressure we're taking off for 60. Ramp it up, 70. Ramp it up, 80. Let's hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, bring your top hand down to your forearm, lock it into space. This is where we'll work for our next set. Now for our second set, you have the option to meet us right here or take a pause if you need to. Second round, we're going to hold for a little bit longer and ramp it up a little bit higher. Exhale, start to pull your forearm into your top hand. We'll go 50%, 60, 70, 80. Option to squeeze for 90, and 100% for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale. Exhale, elbow stays where it is, and we rotate that bicep down to the ground, which helps pull the forearm off the ground, 50%, 60, 70, 80, option for 90, or 100% for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that top hand down, lock it down. We'll do the exact same for this last round. Exhale, ramp up. We pull the forearm into that top hand. We try and smack the ground beside our face, 50%, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale in. Exhale. We reach. We roll that bicep down, getting as much internal rotation as possible. You'll squeeze through the front of the shoulder. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Replace that hand. Take an inhale in. Exhale out. And then release the arm. Now we'll work this side, finishing it off before we move to the next. Bring that arm back into your working position. Elbow can stay right against the ground, that nice 90. And bring some pressure to that top hand. Now from here, start to reach your forearm down to the ground. We're trying to lock this position in. Squeeze through the front of the shoulder. Take an inhale. Now on your exhale, remove the top hand and try and keep your hand in place. Now on an exhale, remove the top hand. Try and keep your forearm in place. If you had some rebound, when you bring your top hand down and bring yourself into the stretch, I want you to go not so far. So a range of motion that you can barely control here. So we bring that top hand down onto our forearm. We pull ourselves into internal rotation. We squeeze through the front of the shoulder. We try and pull our forearm down to the mat. We take that support away and parachute that top hand down. Whew. Well, let's try 4 more reps. So we squeeze to the ground, take the support. That was 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. And 1. Big squeeze. And release. Now let's set ourselves up for the other shoulder. Grab your block, give yourself a flip-flop, or simply just roll over to the other side of your mat. Hip stack, shoulder stack. High five your face, rotate the palm down to the ground, and then find your stretch. You might bring that top hand to the forearm already. Notice if the elbow drifts in, and if you can bring it closer to that 90. All we have to do here is just sit and breathe. See if you can start to slow down your exhale. If that top shoulder drifts back, bring them back to that stack. Now we'll take our first round, 5 seconds of pails and rails. And again, that slow ramp up to 80. So that top hand is our reference point. On our next exhale, pull your forearm into your top hand. Try and fight the stretch. You'll squeeze through the back of the shoulder. Get that rotation, 50%, 60, 70, 80 for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale. Now exhale, you roll your bicep down to the ground. Try and get light on that hand, 50%, 60, 70, 80 for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the gap. Bring your top hand down to the forearm. We'll go again, option to ramp up to 100. This time we'll hold for 10 seconds. Exhale, pull the bottom forearm into that top hand, 50%, 60, 70. Layer it on for 80, option for 90, and 100. We'll hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale. Exhale, try and pull your forearm, more like rotate your forearm down to the ground. 50, 60, 70, 80, ramp it up 90 or 100. Let's hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Top hand locks that position back down. Adjust your elbow if you need, restack the shoulders, and let's take this last round. We'll wrap it up a little bit faster. Exhale, bottom hand to the top hand, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale in. Exhale, rotate. This is our last round. Let's find as much squeeze as possible for 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring that top hand down. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, release the arm. Now we'll move into those passive range holds. You can take a break and join us when you're ready, or come right into it because we're already in this position. Forearm rotates down to the ground. Top hand pulls us down into a stretch. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, lock this position in. Rotate and push that forearm down to the ground. Take that top hand away. If you had a lot of rebound on this side again, we readjust and we don't go so far. Again, that range of motion that you have to work hard to control. Now we find our stretch. We squeeze. We take that top hand away. That was 5. Bring it back down. Squeeze for 4. And return. Squeeze for 3. For 2. And last one. Hold it and release it. Great work. Give those arms a shake. And then when you're ready, meet me on your belly. We're going to seal off both arms at the same time with our swimmers. So bring the chest, the forehead down to the mat and keep your forehead on the ground the whole time. If it's easier, you can bring a block or a blanket underneath the head so you always have that point of contact. Reach the hands forwards and then rotate the palms up to the sky. You're holding some bowls. Now from here on your exhale, pull the ribs down and in and try and hover your hands. Reach them up to the ceiling. On your next breath, keeping those palms up to the ceiling, take them wide into a T. And we find our T, we pour our bowls down to the ground and then rotate back up to the ceiling. We're in internal rotation, should feel familiar. Try and wrap your thumbs up to the ceiling. Keep the bowls high, sweep them back, and then find your hips. Now from here, thumbs up to the sky. Those bowls, we're pouring them out towards the ground in internal rotation. We take them wide. When we find our T, we rotate them back up to the ceiling, pinkies forwards, and then reach forwards overhead and release. So really focusing in on that internal rotation. We just trained that position, so this is what we want to reinforce. Exhale, hover. Take them wide, T. Rotate, wring out the arms all the way. Find the hips. Again, wring out the arms, really set that internal rotation. Thumbs up to the ceiling. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take the arms wide. Wring them back out into external. Pinkies forwards. Keep them high. Plant it down. Now hold on with me this one last rep. Lift them up. Exhale into your T. Thumbs up to the sky. Rotate, wring out the arms. We're in internal. Again, high five the ceiling. Start to sweep them back towards the hips. Find the hips. Lower down. Wring out the arms once again. Really big squeeze in that internal rotation. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Send the thumbs to the ceiling. Next exhale, arms go into our T. We rotate, lift the thumbs again, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then bring them up overhead, plop it down, and let it go. Now it might feel nice to bring a cheek down to the mat. Give that nose some room to breathe. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Last one. Now that was a lot of work for the shoulders, so I encourage you to stay here and rest. Taking some nice, big, slow cycles of breath in and out through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth for the next few minutes. But if you still feel like your joints need some extra TLC, you can find some more videos on our channel, and we'll see you next time.